Hey.
Real quick, before you tell your elf story, I want to show you something because before my eye went wonky on me, we were going to do something on our stream and we never got a chance to. You told me that you thought I gave you the toilet paper roll idea when it came to starting a fire.
Yes.
And I said, no, that's not the case. What time is it right now? Exact time.
8:06.
I started that at 8 o'clock.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, still going. It'll probably go for about another 20 minutes. All it is.
Okay, so here we're going to come to the fire. So we're talking about this. Because I was taught like how you're doing it right. Okay, so that's the egg carton, and I've been saving the lint, the dryer lint.
It's just egg carton and dryer lint, and then I take my cheese grater and I grate up candles, and I sprinkle a whole bunch of dollar store candles all over it, and I get like 36 of them. I got a whole bag of them.
Your sound is weird. Does my sound weird?
You know, but here, let me try this.
Maybe it's not better on my end.
No, that's better now. That's way better now.
Okay, you know why? So you know I have an iPhone. You know I'm Apple through and through, and I'm glad you caught on. My earbuds, my original Apple earbuds broke, and so I went on Amazon and I found earbuds for a reasonable price. I'm like, wow, those are the Apple earbuds. They're not. They're not.
They're not. Okay, so I didn't think the elf on the shelf was going to visit us this year because we moved. And so I was like, cool, the elf on the shelf is not going to be able to find the house. So then yesterday, Joey comes home from school because the elf on the shelf made it to his library at school.
And if the elf is in the library, obviously it has access to the Thomas Guide maps.
So he says to me, the elf on Kai, who is our elf, is coming to visit tomorrow. And I said, what do you mean Kai is coming to visit tomorrow? Because usually Kai comes the day after Thanksgiving, but he couldn't find the house this year, right? So he says, yeah, December 1st is when the elf comes. So Kai is coming. And I'm like, buddy, I don't think Kai is going to be able to find the house. And he's like, he's an elf. Him and Santa can find, they find every house. So somehow in transit, Kai's face is broken, but it's COVID. So Kai came to visit us with a mask, okay? And we decided Kai should quarantine for 14 days because it's COVID. So there was this whole situation. I also have a little village, porcelain village that I put together every year, and I haven't had a place to put it. So, you know, Kai was thinking that he can quarantine around this little village, and so he could feel like he's at the North Pole. So Kai made a little sign. He's quarantining, and these are all the days that we cross out for him to come, okay?
That's cute.
So then Kai goes to quarantine in a glass that maybe we thought was big enough. But now it just looks like a hostage situation.
What are you doing to him?
And with the little village around him, he just looks like Gigantor from Jack and the Beanstalk when they're like strapping him.
Poor Kai.
And I couldn't stop laughing or crying because and then with the mask and the way his hands are, it looked like he was it's the page Loki was in. Yes, and he's like 4 times bigger than the whole little village.
COVID Kai's been taken hostage by the little people. They don't have food big enough to feed him.
Like in my head, yes, it's like Snow White. In my head, this is like the perfect situation and the perfect little living space for Kai. And then I see him here. He just stuck under the glass, like what's his name in 16 Candles, where he comes out from under the table.
COVID. Poor COVID Kai.
And I couldn't find anything else. So that's where Kai is going to be for the next 2
Free Kai now! You need to stop taking away his North Pole rights by putting a mask on him.
What?
You need to stop taking away his North Pole rights by putting a mask on him.
The mask I thought would be perfect because of COVID, and his face is cracked. And now he just looks like we tied him up and threw him in the trunk or something.
It really does. It doesn't even look like Kai is a hostage. It looks like Kai is just kind of laying in wait until you take him to whatever field you're going to bury him in. Like that's just like your storage container for the dead elf. Hey, what time is it?
I just walk out here and I just see Joey just like staring at him like this is not what I expected. It's 8:12.
Okay, it's still burning. Do you want to put Kai on the fire starter? Is this a cremation situation?
It'd be nicer than what I'm doing. Like what I'm doing to him now is just
hang on, we'll get that.
terrible.
I just put it out. We'll save it for when Kai comes around. We'll cremate him. Hey, actually, hold on. This is perfect. We'll cremate Kai. We'll get like a little Santa sack to put him in, right? And then from there, you decide whether or not you want to put Kai.
I didn't hear anything you just said. You cut out.
It was all garbage anyway.
Okay, let's get back to your fire because I'm getting mixed signals with the fire. Okay. So you have your fire starter, and then I have been taught before from a guy buddy how to do the fire starter, and then the kindling, and then so do you do the fire starter, the kindling, and then add logs? Because Chris, the Floy friend, is that what we're calling him right now?
Floy friend, yeah.
The Floy friend, he does the fire starter, then the kindle, and then logs, and then lights it on fire. He said because it's called a fire starter. You don't add to it, you add it, and it starts the whole fire.
Yeah.
So you don't just start the little piece and go piece, piece, piece. You do. Are you gonna you lit that without logs on top of it?
That was just to display that it goes for like 12 minutes. But I think the whole point behind the fire starter is that you get everything set up and then you light it so you're not dipping your hand in the fire as you go along.
Yeah, that's the way the Froy friend did it too.
Yeah, that's how I was always taught.
Yeah, and it's been working for me.
So I was taught 2 ways. My dad's way. My dad one time, I had such a weird upbringing. My dad one time grabbed a Frisbee and took a whole bunch of dry weeds in the field behind our house and put them on this Frisbee and marched me out to the field when I was like 5 years old with a magnifying glass and said, son, there's going to come a time in your life where you're going to need to build a fire and you may only have your pair of glasses with you. And you're too young to watch Lord of the Flies, so I'm going to teach you how to make a fire with a magnifying glass. So 5 years old, I'm in the middle of the forest or in the middle of this field learning how to create a forest fire, basically, right? That was magnifying glass on dried brush, on sticks, on whatever logs you could find. That was my dad's survival thing. My buddies, when we go camping, we take our kindling and we actually make like this square, almost like hollow Jenga looking thing. And then we put all of our stuff in there and then we put the logs on top of that and we light that. But that's more because we like to watch the Jenga tower fall and all the logs fall in on it.
Ooh, that's cool too.
Yeah. And then there's cheating where you take your dryer lint and put some candle wax over it and say, voila.
Every time I use the dryer lint or whatever, because then the ex-husband even bought me like the little fire starters. Everybody's like, that you're not starting a fire. Like you're cheating.
And you know what? I don't care if you start the fire with a fire starter or Superman's laser eyes or whatever. Is it keeping you warm? Because that's all I'm there for.
You know, it's not keeping me warm, these electric candles, but they look cool.
Right.
Still one of the best purchases I got in this house.
Like if the Froy friend or anybody came up and it was like -2 out and you had a fire, they're not going to be like, whoa, how did you start this fire? because I only warm myself
I
with
think
ethically
you've
sourced
seen
fires. It's like our friend Tiffany Tidewater out here who's a vegan, dude. They're looking for like the vegan fire. Was there a fire starter used on this? Because if there was, I'm not interested in warming up right now. Or you have two fires. Did you start this fire with the fire over there that was the fire starter, or did you use a fresh fire? Because I don't like fire starter fires mixing with my fresh fires. That's all I got.
We have your series cruising tickets. This weekend is Nutcracker, Polar Express, Die Hard, and National Lampoon's Vacation, Christmas Vacation. So we have that going on the air for you. And we're also giving away a $50 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods on the air all morning, all week.
Yes, we've got it all.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.